Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
Hey everyone, welcome to today's podcast. We're diving deep into one of the most crucial steps in your VA disability claim, the C&P exam.
That's right. This is the exam that can make or break your claim. It's crucial to understand what to expect, how to handle it, and what you need to bring with you.
And it's not just about being ready with your medical records or understanding the process. We're going to talk about the reality of C&P exams. Spoiler alert, the examiner is not your friend.
No kidding. The C&P examiner is hired by the VA, not by you. They are not there to help you no matter how friendly they may seem. It's a tough reality to accept, but it's true.
Exactly. The examiner's role is to assess whether you meet the criteria for disability, and unfortunately, their assessment can often feel like the final word in your case.
So, what exactly happens at the C&P exam? Well, once you've filed your VA disability claim and gathered all your medical evidence, the next step is usually being called in for this exam. And even if you have a doctor's letter, chances are you'll still have to go through it.
And here's something not a lot of people know. Sometimes you'll have to go through multiple C&P exams. It can be frustrating, but it's part of the process.
Oh, absolutely. And it's not always a smooth process. In fact, you might get called last minute. I've had them call me while I was in the middle of teaching and told me, "You need to come in tomorrow." That kind of stress can mess with your whole schedule.
Wow, that sounds stressful. And let's talk about the locations. Some C&P exams can take place in pretty unexpected spots. Not always in a fancy medical center. Sometimes it's in a strip mall or a parking lot.
Or even worse, a trailer in a parking lot. Believe it or not, that's happened to some people. It's big business for the contractors, but not always the most professional setup.
Exactly. And here's the thing. You're being watched from the moment you arrive. Everything from how you greet the receptionist to how you sit down, even your body language.
It's a legal process, so the way you present yourself matters. You're not trying to fake anything, but you should be mindful. This isn't the time to exaggerate your symptoms or make things up.
Right. You don't want to act like everything's fine if it's not, but you also don't want to make things seem worse than they are. It's about finding that balance. If you have pain, acknowledge it, but don't go overboard.
And definitely don't let them push you into a situation where you're pretending everything's okay when it's not. If they ask you to bend over and it hurts, you should stop and say so.
Don't push through the pain. This isn't the military anymore, where you're told to suck it up. It's about being honest and clear about what you can and can't do.
And let's not forget about the paperwork. Always bring a copy of your medical records, your prescriptions, and if you have them, any personal statements or buddy letters.
That's so important. I can't tell you how many times the examiners didn't even look at my records. They just went through the motions.
That's frustrating. And here's something you might not think about. If you've got a private doctor's DBQ, bring it with you. It can make a huge difference.
But it's not just about the physical exam. During the mental health exams, for example, they might try to trip you up by asking questions that aren't directly related to your claim. They'll want to know about your childhood, your past injuries, anything that could potentially explain your condition in a non-service connected way.
Yeah, they try to shift the blame to pre-service issues. If you've been out of the military for a long time and are just now filing your claim, they might try to pin it on the gap in medical evidence. It's all part of the game.
And that's why it's so important to stay focused and on track. If you're there for migraines, stick to the migraines. Don't let them get you off topic.
Absolutely. And you need to be consistent with your answers. If you said you have migraines once a week, don't suddenly say 3 to 5 times a week in the exam. That's a red flag for malingering.
Exactly. Consistency is key, and you want your answers to align with what's in your personal statement and your medical records. Don't exaggerate, but also don't downplay your symptoms.
It's a delicate balance for sure. And if they're not using the proper tools, like a goniometer for range of motion, don't be afraid to call it out.
Right. A goniometer is used to measure the range of motion, and without it, how can they accurately assess your condition? If they're not doing it right, you need to speak up.
And if they force you to do something that hurts, report it. Don't let them push you beyond your limits. You've been through enough, and your health is what's at stake here.
You've got to be vigilant. The C&P exam is important, but if you feel like it's not being done properly, don't hesitate to report it. Get another exam if you have to.
It's your right. You deserve a fair and thorough evaluation. And if you get a bad examiner, don't just let it slide.
Exactly. If they don't look at your medical records, if they rush through the exam, or if they're rude, report it. Don't let them get away with it.
And remember, even if it's inconvenient, don't skip your exam or reschedule unless absolutely necessary. You don't want to risk delaying your claim.
Good advice. Stay on top of it, stay professional, and stay informed. You've earned your benefits and you deserve a fair process.
Well, that wraps up today's conversation. Hopefully, this gives you a clearer picture of what to expect during your C&P exam.
If you found this helpful, be sure to share it with others going through the VA disability process. And as always, keep your head up. You've got this.
Take care, everyone, and good luck with your claim.
A special thank you to MarketUS.com for furnishing us this information.
Here's a question. How do we contact them?
Good question. You can reach them at MarketUS.com or call them at 954-636-3232.
Before we go, this deep dive was created by the MarketUS.com team.
Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.
Good point, it's right below the subscribe link.
Thank you for watching. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor and sharing your product or service with the world, reach out to MarketUS.com. You can schedule a session to discover how we can work together. See you soon.